Right, welcome back to possibly the last part of this series. Back to the petrol engine fitment. You may recall I'm waiting for a bespoke petrol tank, and I'm pleased to say that has now arrived. So this is made out of alley. It's got the mounting lugs both sides here, filler neck there which will stick out the side of the machine, and the fuel centre. And we've got the fuel gauge, which I still need to wire up. So what I'm doing now, next stage of this operation, I'm just draining the fuel out. I'm going to take the tank off this, and then Gary next door will come and take some measurements. He's going to make some brackets up that I can attach to this engine to enable to put that tank on. That way I'll be able to have the tank filler out here and then put the fuel gauge in. So at the moment, we're going to wait for Gary to come and do these brackets. And then we're going to have a go at fitting the tank. So that's the next stage. Hopefully, all being well, if this works, it should be straightforward to then fit it on another machine. So prior to fitting the fuel gauge, I've got this wiring loom here, and I've got to put some connectors on this. Now, I'll just explain what all these wires are for. So we've got the yellow wire, which will give a yellow backlight to the gauge, or if I want a red backlight, I use the orange one. So I'm going to have a yellow light, so I'll blank off the orange one. Then we've got the blue wire. Now the blue wire is to negative, to ground, and the black wire goes to the sensor. And then I've got the remaining red wire is the positive feed. So I'm going to put some connectors on this ready, and then I can just get this wired up ready. Once this is wired up, I can fit the fuel gauge, and then when Gary's done his bit, connect it all up and test it. One slight snag, which I'll just show you. So the fuel gauge doesn't fit at the moment because there's this bar in the way, and this bar is the bar that connects this handle. So I'm going to take this handle off and cut this bar off here, and then I'll probably drill through here and put an extra fixing in this. So I've got that to do as well. So a little bit more engineering to be done, and then once that's all done, we should be up and running and test it. I have successfully modified the handle here so it no longer sticks through there, and we're now going to see if I can fit the fuel gauge. Just check it actually fits the hole first before I get too excited. Yes, it's got to go like that. Right, I'll just screw the back on and I'll wire it up and I'll test to see whether it comes on. It won't show the true fuel reading until I put the tank on, but that's a good start anyway. I might take this sticker off as well. Okay, right, I've fitted this plug here to the positive, negative. I fitted this plug on to this wiring loom here. And then you'll see I've got the earth, which is the blue, and the power for the red, and then the yellow, which is yellow backlight. I've blanked off the orange one because that's not needed. And then on the signal wire, I've put a bullet connector, and the bullet connector will then connect onto there. I've just got to put an earth lead to there now for the machine, and then that wiring loom's complete. I'll probably tidy this up and put it in a bit of trunking or black tape or something, just to tidy that up. So almost ready to test this tank once the brackets are made. Moment of truth. I've connected this up. I'm going to turn the key and see if we get anything there. Ah, there we go. Got a loose connection there I need to deal with, but that's working. Obviously it won't show true reading. But yeah, really pleased with that. So I think on the other machines I'm going to probably do away with this light and use the wires from that to power this, which would be a lot easier. Trying to modify the wiring loom because I won't need that light. But that's a success, so we'll just wait for Gary now to make his brackets and then we'll fit the tank. Right, here we are back at the engine, and we're back with this bespoke fuel tank. I've had these made up. I sprayed these black, but if you have a look here, I've got enough for 6 engines there. Very kindly made by Gary next door. Took a lot of working out how to do, but you can see even this one's had to be made at an angle. And then the ones on the other side, completely different angles again. So these are the 2 flat bars that the tank will fit on. I've just fitted one, so I'll get this one fitted and then we'll put the tank on and see what it's like. Okay, right, the next part of this fitting the tank, I've bought these. So these are little rubber mounts and I'm going to put them between the tank and the frame just to take out some of the vibration. It's probably a bit overkill because the engine's already got vibration mounts on anyway. So we're going to do that next and just see how this tank measures up for height, etc. So let's do that now and see what it looks like. So successfully mounted these. That's gone according to plan. Now this fuel pipe, which came with the engine, is now too short. However, that shouldn't be a problem because what I'm going to do is I'm going to add this. I'm going to put an inline fuel filter in. I can't see any evidence of any existing fuel filter. If I was just using the machine myself, it wouldn't be a problem. But because these are going to be on hire, I've got to monitor the stuff that people are putting through. And if I get, trash or whatever going down into the carb there, it's going to stop the engine. So at least with this, I can keep an eye on it and keep these cleaned out. And ironically, the distance of that is about the length that I'm short of on the pipe. So I'm going to install this now, somewhere down here, and then hopefully that'll be job done. Okay, right, that is fixed. So got the inline fuel filter here, just clears this throttle cable, also misses this and it misses the throttle, which is good. Choke still operational. Yeah, I just need to fill it with fuel now, and the next test will be fill it right up, test the fuel gauge, but also I want to run this machine until it actually runs out of fuel and time how long it takes, so that I've then got a clear indication. When the machine goes on hire, I can tell them how long a fuel tank will last. On the diesel, it's lasting a couple of hours maximum. So it'll be interesting to see how long this will last. It's an 11 litre tank. We've got 4.5 on the diesel. So it should use about the same amount of fuel, but we'll see. I'm hoping to get 4 hours out of it. So next video will be testing this machine with a full tank of fuel.